do need to make a little tweet.
Don't worry.
But we should be live. Let me have a look on my phone. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see if we're live, Feder. We are. We're live.
We're live.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if we're going to have any people watching. It is 4:35. People are probably finishing work and all that jazz.
It's fine. They're going to listen to it on Spotify anyways or whatever.
Very true. Very true. Get shareable link. But yeah, how are we doing, my brother?
Very good. Today's a very good day. Lucho Costa just signed a long-term contract. That makes me very happy. I don't care about anything else, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
A good friend of mine and good friend of the channel, Tani, just won U23 Pro. That's also very interesting.
He did.
He
Yeah, that's
did
big
win.
news. Big news.
He did win. By the way, I can't see your tweet. Now I see it.
Yeah,
now.
Just did it. Yeah, that was big for Acosta, right? How many years? 3 years?
I think 3 more.
I think we just lost our man Feder.
I don't know. You were gone.
He's back.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
Neither do I. How many years did you say? 3 years?
3 years, brother.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Like, that means basically you have him until the career end and you have basically a Jill in him. You basically have a Jill.
I agree.
Because he's not going to go anywhere else.
Yeah, one-man club probably, isn't he? Cincy for life.
At this moment, yes, but he used to be... He already played in the MLS. I don't know for which team, but he already did.
Okay. Let's have a little look.
Houston, I think.
Okay.
Where did he play for? Who did he play for?
Little Luciano Acosta used to play for... If this one's to
DC
load.
United.
Yeah, it was DC.
So he's already he knew MLS before. Then he went back to Mexico, Liga Mexi, to Atlas, and then he came back to Cincy, and now he is a wonder couple with Vasquez and Barreal.
Ooh,
maybe they're gonna win the trophy.
And Germ tells us that he played at DC with the legend that is Wayne Rooney.
He did play with him. I remember now, to be honest.
I don't actually remember that little. I remember Rooney playing himself, but I don't remember who actually played in that team. But fair play. Okay. Okay, should we kick things off then, Feder, with Champions League stuff? Because opening games of the Champions League were this midweek, and yeah, I think it's just only right that we talk about them. I've got them noted down here in a row, so we can kind of go through most of them. Hopefully.
100%.
So what I've got down here is I've got the first games that were played were the Milan, Newcastle, and Young Boys Leipzig games, weren't they?
Yeah, 100%.
So Milan, Newcastle. Did you watch the game?
I watched the second half. The first half, sadly, I had to work. Sometimes even I have to work, and so I had to work. And I watched the second half. I think second half, Ryan just came in. He had a very good shot. He had a good opportunity. He could have made that. I think we looked better than Newcastle, to be honest. We should have taken the 3 points. Very disappointing that we didn't, to be honest. And it's going to haunt us in the future because we needed those 3 points. Those were crucial, especially you need those home points. And I think this feels more like a win for Newcastle than for Milan, especially because Newcastle actually didn't play that good, even if Quinny, I don't know where he got that from. In the stream said that they played okay. To be honest, I think it was 20-2 shots on goal for Milan, so it was just stupid that Milan didn't win that. And
it was 25-6.
Yeah, and Leao Leao just smashed one away that should have been a goal, and he needs to get this out of the system. And yeah,
didn't he do like a back heel? Was it in that game that he did the back heel? Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 0-0. I mean, it's a good result for Newcastle. Like you said, Milan probably should have won that game considering the stats and whatever. And yeah, to come away, from the San Siro with a draw is probably a good result for them in their opening game. Did you catch much of Leipzig? I'll be honest, I didn't.
I didn't, but I knew they were gonna win, so I think that was good. Travis Simmons somehow got named man of the match.
Yeah.
So
4 key passes, 1 shot on target. Yeah. Okay. Shagler with a goal. Simakan, your boy. I decided to buy one.
Yeah, now he's gonna be shit. Thank you for
now
that.
He's gonna be. I've cursed Simakan now. Sorry, Simakan owners, if there's any watching, I'm very, very sorry. I have bought the 1 of 100 Simakan because I'm very short on defenders, and yeah, I thought £160 for a 1 of 100. Feder, what do you think? Decent deal?
I love him. I think he's an awesome player, like for real.
Yeah.
Like I think he's also capable of good scores, which you're looking for, either through AA, but he's also decisive capable. So very nice card to have. I can't say anything bad about it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he's like nailed this year?
It's nailed.
Yeah.
He's nailed.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, next set of games were Porto Shakhtar, which unfortunately our boy Diego Costa did not get the clean sheet, but a good win for them away in Hamburg, I believe the game was played, right?
Yes.
Gelano had 2 goals, 1 assist. Unbelievable game from him. I think he scored like 100 on Sorare. Had an absolute stormer. Taremi with the other goal. Every one of the goals were in the first 29 minutes. It was 3-1 by then and no goals after that, which I thought was interesting. Our boy Alan Varela with another start.
Yeah.
He didn't really play that well according to the stats. Well, he made 92% of his passes actually, but he didn't really get many tackles or interceptions or anything. So not very good for Sorare, but just I guess decent in real life. This boy, Ivan Jamie, we have to keep an eye on him, Feder. I'm telling you, he's the man, but he doesn't have a Sorare card right now. He was at Famalicão last year, and Porto signed him this year.
He looks good.
He's really good. 10 million they paid for him. 22, Spanish player. Takes corners. Has been taking corners for Porto. Yeah, somebody that, if he gets onto the platform, will be a very, very good card to have. Then we had Barca. I watched the Barca game, actually. Did you watch it? Or have you seen highlights?
I did watch the goals galore, but... Yeah. I don't know, man.
Did you expect Antwerp to be a bit better or no?
I did expect Antwerp to be a bit better, to be honest, but I think Barca's just too good at the moment. They're one of the contenders for me for the title, and they're looking very, very sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing too much I can say about that game. It just was goals galore.
Felix was good though. Felix
is very good, very good. But there's gonna be so much rotation. I don't know.
I know. It's going to be tough, isn't it, to try and predict that, Barcelona team. Okay, 5-0 Barca. Man City 3-1. Did we expect them to go 1-0 down? I certainly didn't, if I'm being honest.
They didn't play good in the first half, to be honest. I didn't expect them to go down, but it ended anyway how it had to end. So I think nobody can cry about it. Julian Alvarez, what a player he is. I don't know if Kevin De Bruyne is gonna step him back in that team because he's so good at the moment. Like, why should you change him at the moment, or where would you play him if Kevin KDB is back? And
I don't think you could play both, really. Like, in the way the Man City want to play right now, I don't think there's room for both. I'd be playing Alvarez. Haaland with 100%. 4 big chances missed, Feder.
Yeah, but that's the game. That's the nature of his game and how he plays, and that's why I love him and I think he's the best. But I wouldn't buy him. I'm sorry, I just don't like him. Like, he has no AA. He's just decisive. If he doesn't get us decisive, you're basically dead.
Yeah.
And even that, you need like 2 to have more than 70 points most likely, and it's tough, because you have like other strikers like Doku, Jonathan David, Florian Wirtz. They need one decisive, and then they are now 80 to 90, and Musiala. That's what you need to become very successful in Sorare. Yes, of course, he's banging in 2 goals a game, basically guaranteed, but I think he's very good for tier 2s and tier 3s, but I don't know if he's the right guy for podiuming.
I agree.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah. He'll get you consistent rewards, but he might not get you those peaky tier 1 star rare rewards in a weird way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, he won't give you the, like, of course he also peaks, because I think he also had games where he just scored 3 or 4 times, and then obviously he's gonna have 90 or 100 points, just nature of the game. But like, it is quite tricky to get 100 just out of decisives. It's very hard. Let's say that. Like, the most 100s I have seen on my lifetime on Sorare are basically a basic score of 80 and then like something like 25, 24 AA. That's the most 100s I have seen, like, in general. And then there are some very weird ones with just AA, and some other ones who are exceptional players on Sorare that would be like have 1 decisive and then 45, 50 AA.
Yeah,
that's also possible. But like, in general, I would say the Gauss curve would be 80 and then 25, 23, 22, something like that.
I agree. Yeah, that would be the most, the average, I'd say, for how hundreds are broken down. What about PSG Dortmund? Were you shocked at a 2-0 PSG there, or was that expected?
No, that's expected. Dortmund's not that great, to be honest, at the moment. I don't like this home kit, to be honest. I really don't like the home kit from PSG. I hate it, to be honest, if you can say it.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just stupid that we didn't get the 3 points. Just basically, that's it. Just very, very stupid.
Mbappe penalty and 1 big chance missed. Kolo Muani, how many? Yeah, okay, no big chances missed, but no goals either. Dembele had a good game according to SofaScore. 6 key passes, but not a goal yet in his. How many games? Isn't it like 6 games, 6 starts, no goals or something for Dembele? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but he did have a decent AA, to be honest.
Yeah, he would have played. He would have got a good AA, definitely.
Like, if he would have scored, he would have 100% made 100. So I think it's just a matter of time with him. I think Dembele is a very good striker to have at the moment. I think, like, Champion Europe-wise, the strikers to have at the moment would be Dembele, obviously Kylian, Leroy Sané, Florian Wirtz, Domenico Berardi,
Griezmann,
and Boniface. I don't like Griezmann at the moment, to be honest. And Atletico is just not as good. Boniface. And those are basic. And Haaland. I would still count Haaland as a tier 0.
Oh, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. I forgot Harry Kane. I forgot Harry
Probably
Kane.
the best one, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I don't know if he's the best one, because he's a bit like Haaland, you know what I mean?
A little bit, but I think he has better AA. I think
he has better AA than Haaland, but I think he's top 3, 100%.
Yeah, he has to be. Feyenoord Celtic 2-0 Feyenoord. I weren't that shocked at this result at all, to be honest. I kind of had a good feeling the Celtic wouldn't really do much away from home, and Feyenoord have been great as of late, so not really too much to talk about there, to be honest. Stengs with a goal, good performance from him. No Santiago Jimenez, he was suspended. The Lazio Atletico Madrid, the goalkeeper Provedel. How crazy was that, by the way?
That was a crazy goal. I was so happy. I couldn't remember. I was watching with a mate of mine, and I was going like really crazy when he scored that. Like 100%. Like, my girlfriend thought I was crazy, to be honest.
We all think you're crazy, fella. We all think it.
I am a bit crazy, to be honest, and I'm fine with that. Ivan Provedel used to be a striker. Maybe that's where he learned it. He also scored a goal like that in Serie B already. 4 years ago. It's the craziest thing, I think, is that In the 94th minute, he scored the 1-1, and his shirt number is the 94. So that's amazing.
But there was more than that, right? It was shirt number 94. He scored in the 94th minute. He scored Lazio's 94th ever goal in the Champions League. And there was one more 94, and I can't remember what it was. But there was like four 94 coincidences, which was, crazy.
I think that's also a loss for Lazio. I think they missed an opportunity there as well. They could have won that game, even if it seems like they just draw in the last minute. But I think they were better all around. Immobile had 2 chances he had to do, especially a striker of his caliber should just put them in the net. But I was very happy for them to get the draw. At least they're not out of the group in a way. And that would be a very big blow if they would have just lost 3 points to Atletico. Now they have to win against Celtic and Feyenoord. I think both of them are doable. I think Feyenoord is quite a good matchup. I think Celtic's going to be last in that group, to be honest. And I know Quinny won't like to hear that, and I'm very sorry. And I would love to not say that, but I think Feyenoord, Lazio, and Atletico are going to make up the first 2, and they're going to fight it out. Yeah. And I don't. It's not that bad whoever becomes third, because I think they're all the squad depth and the strength of the squad is good enough then to compete very far in the Europa League, which is amazing actually on a Sorare perspective.
100%. And then we get brought to the Golden Boy Feder, Jude. Golden Boy Bellingham.
Yeah, but I you know how much I love Jude Bellingham. Like I was saying that 2 years ago. Everybody thought I was crazy that he's gonna be a big legend. Everybody said, okay, he's a big talent, but I think people overhyped that goal a lot. I think I would have made.
It just fell to him. Like he couldn't. It was luck, obviously. Yeah. But you make your own luck in football. The good thing that I'm seeing what Bellingham's doing right now, like. He anticipates when the goalkeeper is going to spill the ball. So, like, somebody will take a long shot, the keeper will save it, he'll parry it out, and Bellingham is so good at reading when the goalkeeper is going to spill the ball, and then he's just tapping the ball in. And it looks like, okay, he just taps the ball in, easy shot, but it's not. It's the timing and the anticipation. You just watch, like, a still picture of who's running towards the ball when somebody's shooting, and Bellingham is always that player for Real Madrid. Like, you watch Rodrigo, he doesn't really do it. Bellingham's instinct is so clever, and he's scored like 2 or 3 goals that way already.
Yeah, I think it's also planned in a way, because I think Rodrigo you can more push over as a defender. Bellingham is not as easy to push over because he's quite tall, quite strengthy. You know what I mean?
And, but like in those scenarios, there is no defenders. Like the goalkeeper parries it.
Who was the other guy? Who was the other guy who?
Joselu?
No, I think next to Bellingham there was another guy who could have made it as well, and just Bellingham put in the foot. I don't know who it was, but yeah.
For Union Berlin.
Yeah, Union Berlin. I think.
Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, would either I don't know. Lete, Bonucci, Doiki.
Yeah, I think to be honest, I think Bellingham didn't have that of a great match.
No, he probably didn't
against Union. I think this goal really saved his Sorare goal at the end of the day.
Definitely.
Even without the score, he would have had a 58, which is not bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but I think he did some mistakes there. Union didn't play good. I feel a bit sad for Union that they couldn't get the point. I think they deserved it. They had a master performance.
Yeah.
Really a huge performance in the Bernabeu, and just to give it away in the 94th minute as well, like. Yeah, that certainly feels like a huge blowout, but don't know.
Yeah, it was sad. I was also very disappointed in my boy Rodrigo Feder. Ever since I've bought him, he's been shit. Bro, he had 2 shots on target, 1 shot off target, 2 shots blocked, 1 hit the woodwork, and 3 big chances missed. He's doing everything other than score right now. It's insane.
The problem is he's a winger, and he's not a striker.
Is he though? He's not a striker, but he's not a winger for me. He's a 10.
For me, he's a winger. For me, he's a winger because if you see the goals he scored, they're always from the corner, the side corner, in another corner. Basically, he never strikes directly on the goalkeeper and then chooses the right corner or the left corner. It always like a it's always a curveball or from this direction. You know what I mean? And that just screams to me winger. And I think he is very talented. Don't get me wrong. Like Rodrigo is a hell of a player, and he's young enough to get him the gene inside him. But I'm not too sure if it is the best utility to use him where he is used at the moment. But Ancelotti seems to like it. They're kind of successful at the moment, so why change it?
Yeah, good point. That's a good point. We'll skip over Galatasaray. They beat who did they beat? Copenhagen. Sorry, they didn't beat. They drew 2-2. My bad. And then Benfica.
That was a crazy game. Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Benfica, man sent off Antonio Silva. Trubin penalty conceded. It was crazy night for Benfica, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch that game too much, to be honest. Yeah, Salzburg is not bad. I watched them play loads of times last season. I haven't watched them this season, but they're not bad at all. I think it didn't come as a shocker to me that they won against Benfica. Benfica just needs to get the groove in. The SF5 scores are not that great at the moment, but come on. Proving that was just stupid. It's not going to happen again to him. And Antonio Silva, yeah, he had to do that. And at least you had the chance that Trubin could have saved the penalty in a way. If not, that would have been a certain goal.
Yeah. We've lost our boy Feder. Feder, come back. He's back.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
Keep disappearing on us. Nah, it's okay. It's fine.
I don't know. But the connection is the best. I have everything plugged in, and it says 5 bars. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, like you said, Silva he didn't have to do what he did, but I understand why he did it. But yeah, all to do for Benfica, not getting any points in that home game against Salzburg. Sociedad Inter 1-1. Anything exciting there? Probably.
Yeah, Inter played really good when Thuram came on. When Thuram came on, the first half they were really bad. Should have. I don't know. I was a bit disappointed only about the 1-1, but I think nothing special, nothing to lose the time on, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Braga 2-1 loss to Napoli.
I haven't watched that game. I can't say too much.
Osimhen hit the post twice, is what I'm seeing here on SofaScore.
Seriously? That's crazy.
Yeah. Kvashvila still no decisive. What is going on with him?
He's a fraud. That's all.
He's a fraud.
He's a fraud. Always said he's a fraud.
That's funny. Sevilla Lens 1-1. Anything crazy happened here? I don't think so.
No, but I heard this has been a good game. Okay. Lens, surprise. I think both of them are in a big crisis. Lens is very bad in the league. Sevilla is very bad in the league. Very bad financially. So I suppose supposedly that was a good game though to watch and to as a fan. But 1-1 I think is the result I would have expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're probably right there. And then Arsenal's battering of PSV 4-0 at the Emirates. Saka on fire, Odegaard on fire, Trossard. I kind of expected this though, right? Like PSV are good, but they're Eredivisie good. They're not, they're not Premier League good.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think the defense is as great. Especially Joey Verman, he's a fucking goat on Sorare, but I don't think he's that great in real life. Like he would
not
be.
Again. He's only good in a team that has the ball. For me, Joey Veerman. Like you don't want him away to Arsenal.
No, but the thing is, Joey Veerman, like on Sorare, probably is one of the best.
Well, of course.
At the moment, he's probably the best player on Sorare. Like, don't get me wrong. I think in real life, his potential would be like if he would go to Bundesliga, he would be like
Julian Brandt in a weird way.
Nah, Julian Brandt is a better player than
you think?
Vermaat. Yeah, 100%. Okay. I think he would be like a Wolfsburg player, probably. I think he's like on the same level as Maximilian Arnold, something like that.
Got you. Yeah.
You know
Who's
what
a
I
good
mean?
player? Yeah. Who's a good
Who's
player?
not a bad player, but I don't think he would play at Leverkusen. I don't think he would play at Leipzig. He would certainly not play for Bayern Munich, and he probably won't even play for Borussia Dortmund. So I would reckon he's like in terms of Bundesliga, probably a Wolfsburg player.
Yeah.
And you saw that, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I have to say one thing, like Walter Benitez, the goalie of PSV, is awful. I think he's an awful.
Yeah, I don't rate him. I don't think he's anything special at all.
Like, I don't understand why he is even the goalkeeper. And yeah, he's awful. He's really awful. I haven't watched a single good game of him, to be honest. Even at Nizza, I didn't find him that special. But
yeah, neither did I. I was surprised when PSV actually came in for him. And then your boys fed a 4-3 against Manchester United. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're very shaggy and laggy and shaggy everything. You could even say shaggy. I know what that means in defense. We need to get this defense on point, and we
Who's
need Neuer back.
For you? Like, is it the goalkeeper?
I don't like him, Meunier, to be honest. I don't like him.
You don't rate him?
No, I don't think he's that special. The games he showed me, I don't think he was that great, to be honest. I don't understand how Matthijs de Ligt is not playing in over Kim Min-jae at the moment. Probably, I have seen some light at the end of the tunnel of Kim Min-jae, but for me, like, I don't rate Upamecano at all. But Upamecano outshine him every single game, and that speaks for. I don't know if that speaks for Kim Min-jae. Sorry for shouting there. Yeah, Kim Min-jae is not that great. Konrad Laimer is an amazing player, but our right backs are not real right backs. Konrad Laimer is not really a right back, but he's going to play as a right back from now on. Mazraoui is not in the coach's favor. Yeah, Davis is superbly good. And we need Neuer back. We just desperately need Neuer back for our defense, like for real. And Leroy Sané is icon to watch. So fun. And Harry Kane is getting more and more integrated in the team. He's playing a lot deeper and than he used to. He played like kind of a 10 with Jamal Musiala on some games. Yeah. But I think he should be more like up front, and maybe Jamal and Leroy Sané should go back and play the 10. Then you have like Coleman.
They want to exploit their pace, right? That's kind of the point of dropping Kane in because he can't run, and then you bring Musiala and Sané further forward to give defenses and stretch them, you know.
But Kane can hold the ball so good that I haven't seen that in anybody else until now.
But he can do that from 10. Like, he can drop deep, spin, you know, and then like his passing's insane as well.
Yeah, you can play with Coleman. I think, like, for real, like, my personal probably my preferred 11 at the moment for Bayern Munich would have been probably, let's play a back three, but the problem is we can't play a back three because we only have 3 center backs. So if one of them gets hurt, we're basically dead in the water. So that's why you're playing a back 4. But I would play a back 3 with Upamecano, Kim Min-jae, Ligt. Would play on the wing Davis and Coleman, then Laimer, Kimmich, then Musiala, Sané, Kane. That would be a great team.
That would be a good team. No Gnabry for you?
Nah. Come on over Gnabry every day of the day.
Interesting. We got a couple of things in the chat. Did we use Bazunu this weekend? Siri asks. I did. I played him in Cap 240 Rare. Feder, what about you?
I did use Bazunu, but in Cap 220 Super Rare.
Okay, Super Rare. Okay, I thought you were gonna say Cap 220 Rare then.
Yeah, he was just fitting perfect. I had 35 left, and he's so shit. That's why he has 35. That's why it was perfect. He fitted perfectly. But this kid, I don't know if it's even his fault, to be honest, because I don't think
I'm watching the games. I'm watching the games. Nothing. I promise you, he would have had more error led to goals, right? Like, he doesn't have any because his team just cannot defend right now. Feder, it's beyond embarrassing if you watch their games, honestly.
So he didn't concede a single penalty at Southampton. That's good news, and he had no error led to goal, and they already had like 7 games. The problem is he hadn't had a clean sheet in all these 7 games. And that's a bit worrying in a way. And yeah, but Martin seems to really like him. So unless Martin is not dropped, I think we don't need to worry about Bazunu getting dropped in a way. Mm-hmm. But even that, I don't think he's going to get dropped because, as you said, it's not his fault. He's actually doing okay for the things that's going to happen around him. And they quite did a substantial investment in him. So it needs to pay in a way. I don't think Southampton's gonna go up again. I think they're gonna stay one more year in the championship, and yeah,
that would be fine. I would be okay with that.
I don't hate it. I don't understand Southampton. Like they have Kamada Sulemana not playing, Carlos Alcaraz not playing, Sekumara not playing. Don't know. Like the best gems they have, they don't play, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. Siri says, De Ligt is too good to sit on the bench. I do hope Liverpool sign him. Thomas Tuchel has too much of an ego, unfortunately. It's better to lose Tuchel than to lose De Ligt, in my opinion. It's probably a good assessment of that, to be honest.
I heard like I really heard from I read that on Twitter that De Ligt was super furious after he didn't even play 1 minute against United. He didn't even come on. And yeah, that made him super furious. But I also heard from internal sources that he's very, very debating, and he would love to go if this doesn't change. He would love to go either back to Serie A or to Premier League.
Interesting, very interesting. And yeah, Man United are in a bit of a shambles right now, I would say.
I don't think United played that worse.
No, I'm not saying. I just think as a club, it just seems like it's crazy. Do you see what the manager came out and said about Alphonso Davies?
Yeah, but it's then
you don't say that about another player though. Like that's disrespectful, I think.
Yeah, that's super disrespectful. But come about, just don't worry, brother. It's like Den Haag. I don't know what he's doing. It's just. I found it pretty cool from Onana that he came on at the end of the game and said, "That's my fault that we didn't win today."
That was good.
You need a lot of guts to say that, to be honest, and huge balls to say that, especially if you're in a club like United, where you have like 2 billion fans around the world who don't understand football and think they're the super football experts. And yeah, so I think huge shout out to him and huge respect to him. I liked him at Inter. I don't know what happened to him at United. I thought he was very, very good at Inter. And yeah, let's hope they somehow get the curve. But I think the squad is not that great, to be honest, of United. Bruno, I don't know. Sometimes he feels overrated. Sometimes he feels amazing. It's just Bruno things in a way. But yeah, they need a better defense. That's it. Lisandro Martinez, great what he does. But for me, it's just too short. And he's outbodied every time I see him, basically.
Yeah,
it could have been that he played against Kane, but yeah, I'm not too sure about the centre backs, especially. Who is Varane injured? Is he still in the club? I don't know.
I think he's injured. I'm not sure though, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with United. But that kind of concludes the Champions League part of the podcast. Let's get into some Sorare stuff then, Feder. How did you get on midweek? What happened midweek?
Midweek was great. A couple of lineups that did
good. Your pen as well. Your pen is making noise.
Yeah, I was a bit nervous. I'm sorry for that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I was for 14 minutes. I was number 1 on Gas D4, so that was great feeling. But then sadly my boys conceded, and yeah, I think like we need to address this. I think this is super important. I think. What do you reckon? Like, I think, like, personally now, after playing 3 years of Sorare, nearly 2.5 years of Sorare, I think, like, the most important thing in the lineup that you actually have a decent chance of winning is, like, you need to nail your captain. That's number 1. But after that, if your freaking goalkeeper doesn't have a clean sheet, you will never podium.
I mean, you've podiumed here, and Andre Blake doesn't have clean sheets.
Yeah, okay, let's say it in rare. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, maybe in rare. Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, you would do well to podium in rare if your goalkeeper doesn't get a clean sheet. Yeah, that's probably a fair assumption. Yeah, I can live with that.
And I think these clean sheets are so crucial, and that's why I did like I understood that so painfully this midweek because I really was looking forward. Like it's just an absurd feeling if you open Sorare data and you see the number one on All Star Rare. You know, it's just absurd. You know, and then you get like super pumped, and then probably you jinx it. But I don't know.
You still had a good finish though, 13th.
Yeah, I had a good finish. At a certain point, I had 500 points though. Don't forget that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
so you had Alexis Martin in goals for Argentinos Juniors, and then Villalba had 99 anyway, so he didn't get.
Yeah, he didn't get any.
Basically,
he didn't lose anything. But basically, I think Martin lost 35 points of that.
Okay.
35 points. So that was huge at the time. I think
I can actually get it on the screen right now for the people to see. We have your lineup.
That was a crazy good lineup, and the thing is, I was looking forward to just gain more places in the monthly because I need the big scores for the monthly, especially because my last weekend neither Messi or Eduardo played, so I had like a 250 score, something like that. So I needed a big score, and just because I understood how crucial and important clean sheets are, I don't know. I ditched Challenger Europe completely this weekend just to play the Sporting boys, at least the defensive stack in All-Star Rare, so that I have a decent chance, like the highest chance of getting a clean sheet there. Because on paper, that's the best matchup for getting a clean sheet. And only that's how crazy these month-long competitions are. Only because I want to do good in them, I ditched the whole formation to play them in All-Star Rare. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And somehow I don't know if that fit right or good. And I'm not too sure if I'm the biggest fan of these month-long competitions, to be honest.
Why?
Like because they imply, like, they make you. It's like owning a vacation home. Like you have to go there in summer to do your vacation because if not, it's just thrown away money. You know what I mean? You don't see any other beaches or whatever because you have to go there because you paid for that home to go there in vacation. And if you would go to another beach, you would basically just throw out money, and the money you spent before would have been thrown out as well. I feel a bit like that because I have to play my best players in All-Star.
But don't you do that anyway, really?
Yeah, I do that anyway, really. But now, like, I would have had one formation more. I wouldn't have done that if the monthly would have not been there. I would have played with the Atlas boys, for example, who still have a very good matchup, but I'm not.
We lost our boy again.
I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry, brother.
It's okay. You're back.
Where did I cut off?
Just with the monthly, like why you won't, or you have to play your best players in games.
Exactly. So if this monthly wouldn't exist, basically, I would have played my Atlas players, and I would have had another formation in the Challenger Europe Rare that would be podium dangerous because I think Sporting has a very good matchup, and I have a full stack of Sporting. You know what I mean? But I ditched this possibility to just make sure I have a higher chance of getting a clean sheet. Of course, I'm probably not gonna get a clean sheet now that I said that out loud in the podcast. But basically, my idea was to get a higher chance of the clean sheet. And yeah, also I don't like that it is gotten a lot harder, I feel, to get rewards. Because they were taken away for those monthlies.
Yeah, okay.
So that personally I don't like as well too much. Especially because you kind of, I don't want to say that too loud because you kind of, if you look at the rankings, like the best 15 are huge whales every time in all the rankings.
That's no shock to anyone, is it?
Yeah, really? I know, but then you took away rewards for normal people, tier 2s, tier 3, whatever. for giving them to the Wales, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that, to be honest, and it just gotten, I feel a lot, especially like Sorare Pro, a lot harder, especially they took away so many money ranks, like where you could have gotten a money. I think before it was like until down to the 60th place, you could have gotten like 0.66 at 0.066. Yeah. I think now you have to become the first 30 to get money. And that was huge in Sorare Pro. Like that was huge. That was a huge bonus for people, and people would have been able to spend loads of money. And yeah, so I'm not too sure if I love them. I like them personally because I love playing them, but I don't know if I love them from a Sorare manager perspective, right?
Yeah, like
that
general.
thinks about exactly general, who thinks about the sustainability of the platform, etc., etc. Me personally, I love them because I'm able to compete for the bigger prizes there, but I feel how it got harder and how it could be frustrating if you just have like a couple of players and not 120 rare players or 50 rare players, and just have your 10 rare players. And I could feel the pain there, to be honest. I understand it.
Mm-hmm. No, it makes sense. Just going to pop in and say hello to FPL Veteran who's in the building. Lads, good afternoon from rainy Edinburgh. Love the content. Appreciate you. FPL, Rico Man, Sporting, clean sheet. Sporting and clean sheet don't go together. That's a good sentence and a very correct one, it seems, as well.
Yeah, it's a very correct one, sadly. But on paper, they had the highest chance for a clean sheet, so I had to do it. Like sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you have to hear on your heart, and sometimes you have to hear for you on the data. Probably Atlas is gonna smash a clean sheet, and Sporting is not. But it is what it is, and Atlas is still in another lineup. So even if they smash a clean sheet, I'm fine.
Siri says, I think Academy rewards are useless unless Wales, since Wales just put their uniques there. That money should go into investing into other competitions. Yeah,
100%. I think these Academy awards need to get gone. Like I love Bambi, and I know he loves me, and but I think it's just a waste that he wins 3 of the academies, and I think that's big, huge piece of chunk of money. I don't know. That's like 0.5 ETH only.
Yeah.
For winning academy second and third place, and I think he did first, second, and third place this game week, Team Bambi, because you can also do more than one place because you have more than one lineup in the academy, and yeah, I think that's a waste. And yeah, I think that should not be the case anymore in the future, and sort of need to get that money away. Nobody needs that. I think academy is fine enough. Just let the people compete for jerseys or soul coins and whatever, but take away the ETH out there and put it back into Sorare or put it into America U23 Challenger, where we still don't have a lot of money. We have gotten some good money positions in Champion Europe now, which I'm very happy for, but we still have no love for Challenger, no love for America, especially no love for
23. No love.
Yeah, but I have to break a lance. I have to break a sword here. Like we have no love for America in this competition, and yeah, we need to make America a little bit more attractive in a way. And under 23, I do get it. I love under 22 as well. But the cards at least you can win in under 23 are pretty great, sick and great, and you want to win those cards. If you become tier 2 in America, like 50% of the cards you actually don't want to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. Where tier 2 and under 23 is normally probably a very good card.
Exactly, a card you want to have, and you can have for the future as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so just show some love for America, maybe Asia, and whatever. But yeah, we certainly don't need this academy crap, to be honest.
No, I agree. FPL Veteran says, do put together vids on certain tier budgets like £50, £200. Yeah, I've done that on my channel already, FPL. If you have a look at some of my past videos, I've done like how to start Sorare with £100, how to start Sorare with £200, whatever it is. So I have done them. The players will be a bit outdated, but the kind of, the strategy is kind of the same in that sense. Okay, next topic, Feder. Is Capture 40 Super Rare too easy with a captain and XP?
No, I don't think it's we have to talk about Super, but in general about Cap to 40. I
Yeah,
think
Cap 240. Sorry, I didn't mean Super Rare. Yeah.
I don't know. I think this midweek felt a lot easier than before. Like I was not struggling at all. Like I overrun it by a lot, but I was not in the card rewards, which normally when I overrun it by a lot, I was normally also in the card rewards.
Mm-hmm.
You get where I want to go,
Yeah.
and so it felt a lot easier, especially if you just nail the captain. I think you're basically through, because just an example, like let's say you have a captain who is on 10%, you captain him with 20%, you have 30% on him, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If this captain scores 70 points, which is okay-ish to get, it's just undecisive basically. And on if you're a good manager and Sorare, you basically know which of your cards are capable of decisives or not, or have a very good matchup or not. So 70 divide it on with 30% bonus, that's already 91. Yeah. That's basically a third of the things you have to get already. Gone. Done.
Yeah. I did that exact same thing midweek. I had a captain with 74.8 points. He has a multiplier of 1.295, so 30%, let's say. He got me 96.9 points. So, I only need to hit 280, so I only need 185 from 4 players,
Yeah, exactly. You now need only 190 points for 4 players. I don't know what is that. That's
it's like 47.5 each. Yeah.
47.5 each. I think that's doable, especially
with
because
XP as well.
With XP. So basically, you have to do a 44 with a 10% XP, and you have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I felt it could be easier, but let's see. I liked it. I liked it very much. Let's see how it goes this weekend, though, because I had also good matchups, to be honest. And my cap to 40 was a cheat code because I had a goalie with zero
Really?
cap, so
okay.
that was a cheat code. But my cap to 40 super also worked pretty well because my captain scored an assist. That's why, and just gotten. It's in a long time that I have gotten the small cap, the small threshold, and the big threshold. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say you basically need one decisive and you need to nail your captain, i.e. your captain needs to score like 70 odd. I think if you get those two things and the 3 other players play, I think you win the cap.
100%.
That's basically it, I would say.
It feels easier, but I'm not too sure if it is actually easier. Because if you don't nail the captain, you're fucked.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And before you were not. You know what I mean?
True.
Because let's say your captain actually does 30, only 30.
Yeah.
Then you have 39 points. Okay, but you lost so much leverage that it's going to be very hard that the other guys are going to score 240 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not easy. It all depends though on how much XP I guess each card has as well, right? If each card has 10% each, like that helps you obviously.
Yeah, but still that means that 40. That means that each card still needs to do a 60 if your captain only scores a 30. You know what I mean?
Agree.
And every card to score 60, that's good cards. They would not be in cap to 40. You understand?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. So, it's basically nail your captain, get one decisive, and I think you're there.
I think if you nail your captain, or he doesn't do very bad, you have a decent chance to get the threshold. If he's just doing 35, no AA, nothing, it's gonna be very hard to hit the threshold. The captain is key. Captain
is definitely key. I think I had an opto adjustment on my cap 240 rare. Did you see? Oh yeah, I showed you, didn't I? I was like 0.02 points away.
Yeah.
But on Sorare, it's been changed, I believe. If I type Sorare in, I think I've been adjusted. Let's have a little look. I think I've been adjusted. Have we lost Feder again? I think we've lost him again, lads. We might have lost him for good. Feder, come back. We miss you. We miss you, Feder. But yeah, I think I have been adjusted. As you can see here, this lineup. I think has 287 points attached. It is saying I'm getting the 50, so I'm getting $250 this midweek, which I'm absolutely buzzing about, to be honest. I've been due a double. I don't even know what to call it. Sorry, Fedder's just texted me. I don't know what's going on, he said. Yeah, I don't know either, Fedder. This happens quite often. Well, not often, but this happens quite a bit. I'm going to send him a new link. If it doesn't work, then we'll probably have to call the stream there. Yeah, this stream hasn't gone as smoothly as we would have liked, lads, at all. Which I'm a little bit... Oh, here we go. Fedder's alive. Fedder!
I changed the internet. I don't know why, but
He's back.
I moved to mobile hotspot. Maybe that works better. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Rico Man says Sorare showing different points to Sorare data. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's something to do with Opta and whatever. I don't know, but that does happen quite often, honestly. Siri says, Harry, I want to see you with a Fener jersey. Ooh, I do need a Turkish jersey, don't I? I have no Turkish jerseys behind me. I do need to add one to my Arsenal. So,
first of all, you need a Milan jersey. That's all you need.
Well, I would like a Milan jersey. Rico Man, look at Chani and Nellis on Sorare data analysis first. Yeah, Chani is first on Sorare. Yeah, you always trust Sorare. It changes sometimes for some reason, and it doesn't update on Sorare for Sorare data. Sorry, it's a weird little kink in.
Yeah, I also lost three. I lost 3 positions as well. Somebody in Challenger got reshuffled a lot because I remember I had only 6 points to the first place, something like that. Mm-hmm. I was 5th. And now I have 39 points to the first place, and now I'm 7th. So something big happened in Challenger.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm looking to win my first reward in under 23 limited this weekend for the road.
Let's go.
I know. I've brought in a midfielder in Monchu. Have you heard of him?
No, never heard of him, brother.
He plays for Real Valladolid, and he takes set pieces. He's under 23 midfielder, but he's 24. I paid £3 for him, which I think is a bargain.
£3?
£3.28, and I bought the rare for £60, just in case he pops off. He scored 100 2 games ago, and then he scored 53 the game before that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And yeah, anything else to really touch upon, Fedder? I can't think. What else can we...
honest question, what would you recommend?
Yeah.
A newbie who just comes into Sorare to do? And is rare getting too hard? I don't know. That's 2 questions I asked myself.
It depends how much money they're coming in with, right?
Let's say they have decent amount of money. Let's say they
have to give me
£2,500.
Oh, okay. So with £2,500, it is not enough for super rare to go play the threshold.
I don't think so. No.
So I think you then have to look at rare and go, okay, how many divisions could I get out with £2,500? This is just off the top of my head. I don't actually know prices too well, but my ballpark guess would be you could definitely go out and play a region quite comfortably, All-Star Rare. Sorry, not All-Star Rare, one of the rares, whether that's Champ Europe Rare, Challenger Europe Rare, whatever that is. And I think you're gonna probably want 10 to 15 players. I think you're going to want to target a region, i.e. Challenger, Champion, and then your secondary team will play in Cap 240 rare to keep churning over the ETH, to keep the sort of gallery ticking over. That would be my initial thought. I don't know. That's just off the top of my head, though. Is there anything different you would do? Would you play All-Star? Because I think it's too hard to come in and play straight away.
I think you could actually play All-Star if you have a little bit bigger budget, and you can go for a team like Celtic when they're gonna get new cards, or PSV Eindhoven or Feyenoord. But the problem is Eindhoven, you need Vermaan, and he's just alone 1,500. No, he's like an ETH, so you can't really play PSV Eindhoven. So you need to play most likely Feyenoord and just try to stack your collection up, and then you could actually play All-Star, I reckon. To be honest.
Okay, I'm going to do a little Sorare data build concept to see how much that would cost. Yeah?
Okay, let's make a Feyenoord stack.
Okay.
Because I'm actually gonna buy two Feyenoord cards today, probably.
So who would we have then? So we have
We
Bilo in
have
goals.
Bilo,
Bilo in
Getrauda.
goals. Gertruda in defense. Who would you want midfield? Vifa.
Who's the offensive guy?
Either Stengs or Paxiao.
Stengs.
Okay, Stengs up front.
Paxiao and Santiago Jimenez. How much would that cost?
Where you can't have all three because they're all forwards.
Stengs is a forward.
Yeah.
Then we need a midfielder, yeah.
Yeah. Either
but he's playing as a 10.
Vifa or Timber.
We take Vifa.
Okay. Vifa and Paxiao or Jimenez.
Can't we take both?
No, because you're having Stengs.
Yeah, then we take out Stengs.
You don't want Stengs?
I like Paxiao more than Stengs, don't you?
Okay. Really? I don't know. I wouldn't.
Okay, let's keep Stengs. Okay, what would our team cost?
What, Stengs Paxiao or Stengs Jimenez?
Stengs, Jimenez, Vifa, Getrauda, Bilo.
Okay, wait there. Let me show the people the screen. Okay, did you say Paxiao? Sorry, I didn't.
No, we go Stengs. We go Stengs, brother.
Yeah, Stengs Paxiao, yeah? Or Stengs Jimenez. So that'll cost you £2,226, Feder.
Yeah, you see, that's basically what you
But that's
get.
one team, though. Like
but then you get another Timber maybe and another defender, and then you're at £2,500, and if you buy them all from auction, you should be on 3%. Or at least
I'm not doubting that, but what I'm saying is you've only got one team. Like, you can't play Cup 2
Yeah, but you play all Sorare with that.
Okay. Yeah, I could see you winning. Well, obviously, you're going to win rewards with that lineup. Don't get me wrong.
Like in the odd midweeks, you play Challenger. Because I think the most crucial part about Sorare is knowing your matchups and where to put your lineups in different game weeks. Like, it is unbelievable how good your lineup needs to be on the weekend to score something in Challenger. It's basically impossible. Like, you need to have a 400.
Perfect, basically.
You need to have a 400 to gain something to make a good ROI of that. But if you just look in midweeks, for example, especially if the big boys play against Arsenal and lose 4-0, with 340 points, which is not great anymore on Sorare. Like, normally you don't get any reward with 340 points. With 340 points, you can get a tier 2. That's crazy. But if you go midweek and then put everything in Champion Europe, it's going to be even more competitive because all the big boys are playing against the challenger teams, whatever. So they're even scoring even higher. And you need to understand these conundrums to be a successful Sorare player, in my opinion.
I agree.
And that's
Feder, I was just going to say, the problem with this lineup is if Bilo gets injured again, then you're fucked.
Yeah, okay, but I think it's time that he doesn't get injured anymore, no? Like,
I think he's made of paper. I think
he's the Dani Olmo of goalkeepers.
Yeah, I think he is. I think
basically
he is. You could handicap. You could buy Wellenreuter and Bilo for 2.5k all in. So you always have a goalkeeper, 4 outfield players. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't if I had £2,500, I don't think that would be my strategy, honestly.
Yeah, but if you don't, like, let's be honest, brother. Like, if you don't play a stack like that in All Sorare, and you don't have the Gilles, Vermans, and whatever, you have no chance in All Sorare. You know what I mean?
Agree, but I wouldn't go and play All Star Rare. Is what I'm saying with 2,500. I would play a region.
I think All Sorare.
I think I would play Capped.
All Sorare at the moment is the nicest and the best competition to play in.
It is, but it's the hardest.
Also, of these monthly competitions, I think those monthly competitions are not hard, to be honest. For Wales, at least. And if you have a lineup like Feyenoord who gets you multiple 400 scores or like 370 scores, like, I would say if you have a stack like that, I think you have an average of 340 of these 370 of these 4 game weeks. That will count up to 2,480 points. And I think for 1,280 points at the moment in the month-long competition, you already get a tier 2.
Yeah, it's pretty
in All-Star. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is good.
Okay, to be honest, this month is a bit tricky because we had 2 weeks of the internationals, so not a lot of people could have played a full All-Star Rare play lineup. That dilutes the points a bit because people with very good home fixtures like Luxembourg against Denmark, where they had like Marlon, Eriksson, who both scored 100. Like there's a lot of 600 scores in the like very, very high scores, but a lot of people couldn't have played a single game there, a lineup there, so they don't have a score for that. So they're missing out on that. So this month is a bit tricky. Next month is going to be tricky as well because we're going to have international lineups as well next month. So don't forget that, guys.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be. I would love an under 23 rare pro or rare month-long competition because, in my opinion, that's the coolest to play because obviously you can stack, but you can't stack as much.
Yeah, agree. That's kind of why I play under 23 because stacks aren't really prominent. But I was just going to answer a question in the chat. Ricoman says, could you not play Cap 240 Super with 2.5k? And I'm going to answer that question kind of in this example on screen. So my friend or our friend Sam Tai is just bumping himself up to Super Rare right now to play the Capped. And he's been buying, Super Rare cards as of late. I think he started with this Musa Silla, which cost him £400. He's then bought Maximiliano Gomez, Ruben Rubio for £40, Cabrera. He bought Wallace Super Rare for £250. He bought this Gonzalo Villar for £100. And then he bought the goalkeeper, which is obviously the biggest price, for 1.2k. So that's half your budget gone there on just the goalkeeper. Then you obviously need 4 outfielders, and you probably need 8 outfielders, don't you? You probably need 2 for each position for strength. So, you just count how much
especially if you want to.
He spent more than 2.5k, I think, here. What's that? 2.4k, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.7. Yeah, he's basically spent 2.5. Honestly, I've just calculated those super rares in my head. It's basically 2.5k. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 8 cards. So that's one goalkeeper, 7 outfielders. You could probably do it, but I think it's tight. Like, it's not a breeze, Like, you need more strength and depth to play super capped.
How much do you need for a unique cap?
I honestly couldn't tell you, mate. Genuinely.
I think you can play a super rare card there. So you take the super rare goalie, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do it pretty cheap, right? Not cheap, but
I think like
the unique cards
probably like 4 ETH. 4 ETH, I don't know.
You think you could do it for 4 ETH? Maybe. I honestly don't know. What's the cheapest, lowest priced uniques right now?
I don't know. I can't know. I never really looked into uniques also, except the one I bought and then went to fucking Cyprus. But
yeah, we won't speak about that. We won't speak about that, will we, Fed Up?
No, we won't, brother. This is that was another guy, anyways, not me. I think I lent him the account for 1 month and then did some stupid stuff.
Yeah, you were a different man back then.
I was a different man.
You were. I don't think you can play Cap 240 with 2.5k. If you gave me 3.5k, I think I could say you could.
I think I have the nicest. Are you playing this Cap 240 Survivor Edition, by the way?
No, what is that?
I think like who the longest streak of Cap 240 is going on. Basically.
Oh, right, okay. No, I didn't know about that.
And I think I have such a great Cap 240 team this week. If this team doesn't get me threshold, I will shut up forever.
You're quitting.
I'm quitting. I have Amani in goal.
Yeah.
Fikayo Tomori against Hellas Verona. He should be able to score more than 60 points. Then I have Porter. Herving Lozano captain. Wow, and then I have this left back from AZ Alkmaar, David Müller-Wolfe, who had a freaking low cap that was amazing as well. And Lozano obviously has a low cap as well.
So you've got a cheat code 240 lineup again.
Hopefully. These doses of £50, £40 is pretty good, to be honest. It's essential. It's essential, especially when you need somebody very quick, or like you did with Simakan. You just have it lying down around, because we're not withdrawing it anyway. So
no, 100%.
It's just going back into the ecosystem, just pumping it out and making Sorare even richer.
Yeah, you could say, because they make 5% back rake, I guess, don't they, on every purchase, technically?
Yes, they do.
Very interesting. Okay, Fede, we're going to end episode 34 there. Hour and 5 minutes in. Go on.
Who do you think Chinese going to get? Let's make a guess.
Probably Vert, just because it would be funny.
You think he's going to get Vert? Who's in the prize pool?
They'll probably pump out. I'm guessing Jude's in there. They must have all the boys in there, right? Because it's...
You know that if...
Haaland, Jude, Saka, Vinny, Vert, Musiala, Boniface, Xavi Simons is the top.
Yeah, he's going to get Vert. He's going to get Vert.
You think?
Yeah. The question is he going to sell him or keep both Verts?
Vert or Musiala. Maybe Vinny. Vinny's fourth.
Vinny wouldn't be bad, to be honest.
Yeah, Vinny'd be nice. New card, Vinny. Perfect time.
You know, I had a good shot for U23 as well, but sadly in the 5th minute, Van der Voort had an error let to go.
Bro, talk to me about... I had Santi miss penalty and Rodrigo 3 big chances missed, and I still scored 355 points somehow.
Yeah, I scored
40 something, right?
I scored 342 points with a goalie with 15 points.
That's pretty impressive. But I still think if Santi scores there, he'd be on like 110 for me.
Yeah, it was
Rodrigo
just a miss.
captain. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Insane.
But Jesus. You need to trust Jesus more. When he plays, he plays.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
When he plays, he plays. Like, the problem is we don't know when he plays. He's always injured as well.
So annoying. Okay, we're going to end the stream there then, lads. I appreciate you watching/listening to episode 34 of the Value of Talent podcast. Leave a like if you haven't already. And yeah, massive good luck this weekend. Fede, massive good luck to you as well.
Yes, you too, man. Let's wrap up all those rewards and then celebrate next week.